This episode of Juice Guru Radio is brought to you by Try Best, making healthy living easy.
Welcome to Juice Guru Radio. Discover what the magic and power of juicing can do for you. And now, your host, best-selling author of The Complete Idiot's Guide to Juice Fasting, Steve Prusak.
Well, hello, welcome to the new year, the new show. I'm your host, Steve Prusak, and we've got Mark Reinfeld coming on right after this. International bestseller, phenomenal. He's going to show you how to create a living doing what you love and spreading the message of compassion. We're going to find out all about that right after this, so stay tuned for my special guest, Mark Reinfeld.
Did you know you can make a great living in the hottest new business trend today? The Juice Guru Certification Program is the world's first online course to give you the knowledge and marketing skills to excel as a juicing coach and start making money in no time. Find out more at juicecoachtraining.com.
Juice Guru Radio.
Welcome back. Okay, guys, I'm so excited. We've got him here. He's here now. I just want to tell you a little bit about him. We've had him on the show before. You probably already know. But he is the 2017 inductee into the Vegetarian Hall of Fame, and that's new. He's a multi-award-winning chef and author of 8 books, so that's gone up, including the best-selling 30-Minute Vegan series. And his last book, Healing the Vegan Way, selected number one book for vegans in 2016 by Philly.com. And he's got another one coming up, and he'll tell you all about that. I don't know how he does it. And he's juggling that and being a family man, living the good life. Let's welcome to the show right now, Mark Reinfeld.
Hey, Steve. How's it going, man? So great to see you again.
Mark, I love technology. It's like a real TV show. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time to join our audience.
Well, thank you, Steve. It's always a pleasure. I love working with you, so I'm psyched to continue our conversation today.
Well, thank you for being here. Again, I can't thank you enough. And if you're watching, because we do this live at juicegurutribe.com, you can type in your questions below and I might get to them. No, we'll get to them at the end. That's just a joke. Mark, so tell me a little bit about what you've been up to. We've had you on the show before, but we know you're moving in new directions, and we should say Juice Guru too, because we're really trying to show people how they can not only learn about all this great stuff about compassion and healthy living, but actually make money and make a living doing it. Tell us a little about what you're up to over there.
Cool. Well, thanks for asking. And basically, over time, over the years, I felt kind of really clarifying what my purpose and calling is with all this in the plant-based movement. And I do view everything that I do under the umbrella of what I like to call food activism. And for me, just showing people that you can make plant-based foods taste good, or juices or smoothies taste good, is a way of really affecting positive change on the planet. And we can learn all day about why we should be eating plant-based or why we should be having smoothies or juices. But as you know, if it doesn't taste good, then it's really not going to go very far. So that's where I see the edge of this as a form of activism. And so the last, probably 2 decades, I've been teaching classes and workshops and immersions internationally, just to show people how easy it is to create the plant-based food that tastes amazing. It's good for you and also amazing tasting. And as you know, we did an event in LA together. That was a sample. That was a 10-day training that I did. And so I've been really working on showing people how they can master the skills of preparing the food. And as the next step, I've been doing what I call a teacher training, where I actually show people how to conduct a cooking class or demonstration in their community so they could share their passion and love of plant-based foods and juicing with their community. And so that's
what I love most about that is with our certified program, we have certified juice therapists, and how great it would be for them to take that training so they can get better at presenting in their community. So I see I was like, oh, this is perfect for what we're doing. And I want to hear more about that. But first, tell us about your journey, how you got to where you were, how you went down the entrepreneurial path, some of the struggles and challenges, and how you were able to rise above that. We love to hear that, because you don't just wake up writing 8 books and being an international bestseller.
Right. Well, as you know, Steve, it's definitely a journey, and there's I think you actually introduced me to that book, The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster. So you definitely have to prepare yourself for that ride. And it doesn't only go up and down. It does swirls and sends you off into the woods and back again. So for me, I think the thing that can help fuel that is just this sense of connecting to your purpose and passion. And that's, I think, the first step in the journey is really to tune into what your gifts are, what brings you joy when you share it to others, with others. And I think that's like the fuel of it all. Like for me, as you know, we both have our roots on the East Coast, and I went to law school at NYU for a semester, and I was kind of on a certain path in life. And then I realized that my joy wasn't connected to that. And when I left law school after that semester, I didn't really know what the second plan would be, but I knew that that wasn't the plan. So I did spend a lot of time in introspection and being out in nature. And then I reconnected with my love of cooking that I had as a child. And so I started working in commercial kitchens, actually in Jimbo's in San Diego on the West Coast, and then PC Greens in Malibu, California. And just after years of just doing what I love in the kitchen, it led to branching off on my own and forming my own private chef service and then consulting service, which led me around the country, which led me to Hawaii, where, as you know, I went up for a 2-week vacation and I stayed for 8 years. So it was a pretty long 2-week vacation. And that's when we started the Blossoming Lotus restaurant there. So that got me into the restaurant path, and which led to the cookbooks and the training. So there is a method to the madness of it all, but that's kind of in a nutshell how it occurred.
Well, it's a different path than becoming a lawyer.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And so you had to step out of what was expected. Maybe what there was an expectation that you were going to take that journey, and you took the road less traveled, you would say, right?
Yeah, definitely. So it was so when I say I'm not going to law school, where I grew up was like, oh, so you're going to go to medical school. So it was either, those are pretty much the two paths to success. So I think that's part of the entrepreneurial journey. A lot of times you're out with the machete, carving your own path through it all, as you know.
Take us back. What was probably one of the biggest struggles, like the day when you said, you know what, maybe I'll just give this up. Maybe I'll go to law school, or maybe I'll figure something else out. Did you ever have one of those days where you're like, I don't even know that it's worth it anymore?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the kind of the inner dialogue that we have. It's not usually a one-time occurrence. It's like a lot of times, in life, things happen that we want to have happen, and things happen that we don't want to have happen. And if you get hit with a string of things that you don't want to have happen, or clients cancel, or events don't, solidify, you could get one of them and bounce back. But sometimes in the entrepreneurial path, you may get a bunch of them in a row, which no one really wants to have happen. I think that's when you really have to go back to that sense of like purpose and passion to move you through that.
Yeah, right. Because it is the vision, right, that gets us over the darkest day. And there's always light and dark. So no matter what, it's a journey. But I know I'm almost speaking for myself, but I think you would say you probably wouldn't want it any other way, though, would you?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I think I've been out of the non-entrepreneurial path for so long. When I think about it, I just know that's not my nature. So it's there's the only way out is through, that's like through the dark times. That's what I say.
Well, I love the way technology's evolved. It's made it a lot easier for people to grow businesses and to get their message out, right? I mean, if you look back to how it was even 5-10 years ago, the technology really allows so much more. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, definitely. And you're my mentor when it comes to that, Steve. So what's happening before the rest of us usually.
That does seem to, yeah, I definitely am in the tech guy when it comes to that. So tell us about what is possible. What kind of career or side business can people create by doing demos? And, what do you expect? Because this new teacher training came out, and we have people in our certification program, and I want to show them, hey, this is something that you guys can use. What kind of things can people do with this kind of credential?
Cool. Well, so it's part of the plant-based chef certification program that I have. So people actually receive like a vegan fusion. It's actually a level 4 certification of becoming a certified teacher. And just a little background is I took this high-end media training myself with this woman, Lisa Eckes, on the East Coast. And she's trained a lot of the top chefs like Emeril and Charlie Trotter, and she cooked for Julia Childs, and her sign-in sheets like the who's who in the Food Network. She actually won the Lifetime Achievement Award for at the James Beard Foundation for her work in the culinary world. And so I did this training with her. That is what I share with all the students that I have in my teacher training. And it really, there's a lot of, the training itself helps you improve your public speaking, your presentation. It allows for very like efficient and organized demonstrations where, you know, it's a lot of it is just how to communicate and engage students. So that's really the skill set that people can use in the course. And for the teacher training itself, there's people like who are drawn to the Juice Guru certification. This will give them the skills to like actually go out in their community. And there's different models that people can use. Like there's one of going into like a health food store and doing like a demo there, or a model that I really like is where you can do it in a private home where you have 6 or 8. I mean, I've done it for a lot more, but just getting started, 6 or 8 people come and then you do like a class and you have a meal together. And so that's another one of the models. And then you could build up in my trainings, people build up to do 2-day workshops and 5-day trainings as well. I have 10-day trainings that's like kind of the Himalayas of what people could do when they get to that level. But it's for people who want to add another certification and skill set to their current practice, like health coaches, juice guru coaches. It's also for emerging chefs or vegan cooks, because a lot of times people have this love of vegan cooking and preparing food, and like they think their only path is like they have to go into the restaurant business. And usually, and even like starting a restaurant, I like to say that before you start a restaurant, you have to take a psychological evaluation. And if you fail that, then you can proceed to open the restaurant. So just kidding. That was just
like,
a joke.
Right? I was like, right? Really?
But so basically, this is an alternate revenue stream for chefs as well, that you could do cooking classes, workshops, demos. It lends itself also to, also as part of the certification, consulting and private classes as well. So those are the 2 main like revenue enhancing opportunities. Yeah. And I also have people that just, as you know, once people realize the full benefits of a plant-based lifestyle, they want to share the message and information with others. So I've taught this teacher training internationally, and I have people from all over the world who have taken it. And a lot of them, it's just they want to share the information, and this can help them, even if it's just like at a potluck or family dinner where they want to like show their families how to prepare the food.
Are the vegan cooking classes prerequisites to the teacher training?
Not necessarily. I do have, as you know, a suite of different cooking classes and cooking trainings, and where I will be doing like more of a monthly in the kitchen with Chef Mark, you and I discussed. So the cooking training part is separate from this. You don't need to take that. It's certainly helpful. This is more to really hone your skills in presenting the information, how to do like the ins and outs really of conducting a full-on cooking class or a simple demonstration.
Okay, so basically what we can offer with Juice Guru, and what we're doing is 2 roadmaps for our certification, for our certified juice therapists, that they can take the teacher training. It would really complement our program really well. And, or if they want to learn the plant-based, then maybe we want to send them down the road of ascending through each level.
Certainly. Yeah. That's
a possibility.
Yeah. I have, again, people who it's like we just talked about earlier, like just connecting with your passion. And so those are the people I love working with. I'm sure you do too, where they really found this passion for sharing the information with other people. And, there's this ancient Chinese saying that if you give a person a piece of tofu, you could feed them for a day. But if you show them how to roast the tofu, you could feed them for a lifetime. So that's what this enables you to do, is really, we could take our love and passion for plant-based cuisine and living and juicing and everything that goes with that and share it with others. And it just really amplifies the impact that we can have in the world. So that's, the latest thing I've been working on. I'm really super excited about.
Well, I think it's really exciting because it's a big opportunity for people to start really living the passion and spreading the message of compassion, which is the big thing, isn't it?
For me, it is. And, it's everyone approaches it. The passion could be people have had like a health revolution because of this. Like, as you know, our community, we hear a lot of miracles, people like, not having to do heart surgery or coming off of diabetes medication or cholesterol medication, and weight loss of 50 pounds in a couple of months. Like, people have these really inspiring stories, and so it's just a tool for them to really capture that and share it with the world.
Awesome. Well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link under the show notes over at juicegururadio.com or juiceguru.com or juicegururadio.com, either way. But we're also going to put it, because we're doing this live, and for anyone who wants to check out the teacher training, go ahead and put it in the chat box. And I'll put it under the notes at the top of the episode here, so you can take a look at that. That's if you want to take a look at Mark's online teacher training, which is really exciting and a new direction for him. Because I'll tell you, Mark, that was the direction we took at Juice Guru. Like, we could continue writing books about juicing. We can continue smooth. What? Oh, there she is, Miss Juice Guru herself. I see her making her way in. Come on in, Julie. Say hi to Mark. Mark's on. We're on the air. It's okay. It's okay. She's. No, we can't see it. There she is.
Hey, Julie.
That's Julie. That's just a quick word from my wife, Julie. She wrote your screw, but go ahead and get the dog out. Basically, that's how it is when you're running a home office,
Right.
She had to get the dog out, Mark.
See the tag the tag wailing, the tail wagging in the background.
As you're talking, he was pecking at me, and I sent her a quick message. Please come get Henry. Okay. No, but back to what I was saying, and thank you, Fran and Shantae. I see you guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Susie. We'll be taking some questions at the end, though. Thank you. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, Fran is actually a member of the group. Fran has done several of my classes, so she's a shining example of what's possible.
Oh, I put it up. It's on. You can't see it, Mark, but I put it there. Fran said, "I loved Mark's teacher training." It's right up there. So I put it up on the screen for all to see. We'll put it up on YouTube. Let the world know that it is critically acclaimed. No, I think I really stand behind it. And that's why I wanted to have you on to talk all about this, because we decided we can continue writing books just about juicing, getting healthy, but we realized we want to inspire more people to help get this message out. And I think that's similar to what you're doing. You're going to be able to reach more people by teaching these methods. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's the motivation. And like, I've had people from Europe, South Africa, New Zealand, all South and Central America, all through the States and Hawaii. And so it is a worldwide movement for me. And I feel like this is really a way, like you mentioned, using the technology. The teacher trainings that I do in person are a 3-day commitment, and people have to travel, a lot of times out of country to attend them. So the online version was something that I wanted to make available. As part of that, also, there's a live Facebook group where I do a live master class each month, and just you get inspiration and support. There are people at different stages of the game. So some people like Fran are actually teaching classes in their community. Other people are just getting started. So as you and I have talked about a lot, like the importance of the tribe and the community is definitely essential.
Well, Debbie, who's in our certification program, just wrote in, "I am interested in Mark's training." And Debbie, I put the link below, so take a look at that. It's really going to complement your journey to become a certified juice therapist. It's essential, and we're going to actually have more in the program about it. I've got a video I did with Mark. Remember we did that video for the platinum level?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to include that so that our practitioners can see, and that this is the next step, to become because this was on the plan for a long time. You and I mind mapped this years ago, remember?
Yeah, it's interesting, just the connection, how the juicing and the plant-based cuisine fit together. And I know there's a lot of, shared, people would share the same interest in what both you and I are doing. And I'm excited to share with the Vegan Fusion students how they can deepen their juicing knowledge and experience through the Juice Guru certification.
Love it. Love it. So do you want to talk a little about your new book coming out, or before I do that, I want to just make sure we touched on everything about this new project, because I'm really I'm passionate about it because it fits into what we're doing. So,
yeah.
But is there anything else about it that anyone needs to know about the program or anything else?
I'm glad you asked. So basically, it's a go at your own pace program. So there's no rush on your end. It's a series of videos, and also it's an online training manual that really gives you all the tools that you need to crush your cooking demo or class. And again, there's a lot of support from me. I'm always available to help people tweak things. It's actually a step towards the full certification where you could offer a vegan fusion class in your community. So I'm committed to the long-term success of everyone who's part of the program like you are. And either through you or through me, people can find out more about it. But I'm super excited about it. It's something that I've wanted to do for years, is create an online version of this. And so I'm really excited to be able to talk to you about it, Steve.
Awesome. And they get to connect with you too, right? They get to connect with you every month?
Yeah. And then, through the Facebook group, they could ask questions as they arise. But that masterclass each month is really just to help people hone their skill set.
All right. Well, you got the link, you guys, if you want to check it out, if it seems like a good synergy for you. I've checked it out. It's phenomenal. And I want to get certified myself. But
we talked about that.
What's that?
We did talk about that.
It's true. I think about that workshop we did together here in LA, and I'm like, why didn't I go? I wish I went and learned all the skills. But I did your online one, but that was a while ago. The online, which I love. I love your online cooking programs too.
Thanks, man. And our admiration is mutual.
So you want to talk? We're not doing. We'll probably have you back on for the book launch, but it's actually coming pretty soon. So, and I know it's in pre-order, so I think we can mention it. If you want to hold it up for those watching on camera, what do you got over there?
This is the ultimate age-defying plan.
I'll hold it up a little more over the camera. Let's see. There it is. Okay, and now that's your newest book, right? That's coming out now.
This is baby number 8. So I wrote it with my wife, Ashley, who's a vegan naturopathic doctor. Dr. Clapper was the medical eyes on the book. And we feature, it's basically, because as you know, think I'm doing pretty good for 80 years old. So it was time for me to share my secrets with the world and through the book. And so the first part of the book basically looks at all this natural self-care methods and herbs and supplements and lifestyle hacks that we can use to help. No one's going to stop aging, but I feel like we could do our part to age gracefully, and that's a plant-based way of approaching aging. So it looks at hair and nails, brain health, heart health, muscular skeletal system, the things that over time we need to give a little more love and energy to. And so the first part really dives into that, and we make suggestions, how to improve sleep, what things are good for, skin, eyesight, things like that, things that all of us kind of have in the landscape as we travel, in life. And then the last part is there's 175 recipes that have 7 ingredients or less. That was a little personal challenge that I set for myself. So it's 7 main ingredients or less. So salt and pepper wouldn't count or as as ingredients. Otherwise that would be really limiting if you just had if those counted as some of the 7. So I'm really excited. And in the book, we also feature what we call Fountain of Youthers. And there's 7 people featured. Your friend Babette Davis is in there, and people share what their daily routine is and like their words to live by. People that are really thriving in the, I won't call it the later years because 70 is the new 45, but just from people that are doing well in the later years to share some of their secrets.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, I can't believe the people you got for this book. And I actually put the link, and if you're looking at the show notes, I put the link to the book right under this video or audio. And if not, if you're here with us on Facebook, I also put a link to check out because it's in pre-order right now, I see, right?
It is in pre-order. And if people send us an email to Sarah at veganfusion.com with their receipt, then we have a sneak peek of the book, which is we call the Nourish Plan, NOURISH, and it's what we're calling like the Nourish Plan for optimal health and wellness.
We just put that up on the screen, Sarah at veganfusion.com. Everyone can see, and you've got it there. So if you want to go ahead and get that preview, Mark's got that lined up for you too. And go ahead, it's in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, I've got that below, and you've got it. So we're all good. We're winding down here, Mark, but this has been a lot of fun. I want to see if any questions come in. Go ahead and type them in below. I'm going to put one up on the screen right now. Fran said, Mark's training has given me the courage to start a monthly plant-based potluck meetup group with plant-based MD speakers. Awesome. Fran is rocking it, huh, Mark?
Yeah, Fran's crushing it. She's very close to completing the full certification program, so she's going to be one of the first fully certified Vegan Fusion trainers. Great.
Well, as I'm waiting for some more questions, and if not, if you're watching the replay, you can always type them in. Mark and I will be checking in here. But before we close out, your plans for the future, it's not like you don't have enough going on right now, but what are your plans for the future?
There's a lot of different things in motion. I am I'm working on a restaurant again, even though I said it, you have to fail the psychological exam. We're still in the planning stages of a restaurant here in Denver in 2019. And also we're working on another book proposal and more online, building up the online platform. So you and I talked about adding a monthly in the kitchen with me. And so that's in the works as well. So just kind of keep nurturing the seeds that have been in motion. And another big thing is the doctor and the chef that I have with Ashley. And so we have a wellness community there, and we do seasonal retreats. And so the doctor and the chef is another way that people can be part of our wellness community.
So you talk about productivity. How is it? I mean, your 8th is just about to come out, and you're already writing a proposal for the 9th. How is it that you're able to be so prolific is the word?
I think it goes back to the passion part. It doesn't, you're living it as well. When it doesn't feel like work, you just do what you do, and it's a form of service. And, it's just living our, the Dharma, or what, we feel our purpose is, I think helps fuel us in that way.
Awesome. Well, he's Mark Reinfeld, Vegan Fusion. Veganfusion.com is the website. Mark, thanks again. Mark, thanks again for being on the show. But, it's always great to have you on and hearing all the great things you're doing. It's inspiring, and we love your energy and passion, and the work that you're doing is top-notch and beautiful. So thank you for what you're contributing to the planet.
Thank you, Steve. It's I'll toast. I'll give you a toast here with my water glass, too. So nice.
Cheers.
Mark, it's always awesome to be with you, Steve. I'm totally love what you're doing as well. So any way that, we can work together is always a joy.
Always a joy. Thank you. Mark Reinfeld right here on Juice Guru Radio. I'm Steve Prusek, and we'll see you next time. And that'll bring us to the end of the video, Mark.
Okay.
We know, things. We're still on the air right now, though. But thank you again for being here. I know you got to wrap things up over there.
Still on the air, on the Facebook Live?
Yeah, we're still on the broadcast. Let me end the broadcast. We'll say goodbye to everyone, and then you and I can say our friendship goodbye. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Take care, everyone. Thank you, Fran, for the good vibes. You're awesome.
Thank you for listening to Juice Guru Radio. Find out more about us at juicegururadio.com. Until next time, get your juice on.